Hello, and welcome to another episode of Hex Therapy Live. I'm your host, Maddie Allen, and tonight we have a number of therapy topics to talk about, such as why are so many people getting rich in Hex, and what's this whole pulse chain thing about, and how do you handle these mad gains, and now that Hexo is not going to be streaming every day, past day 555 in Hex, you're probably going to need some therapy for that too. So, although this is not therapy or financial advice, I'm here for you. You can cry on my shoulder, and let's get it started. Thanks for joining me tonight. I know we're going to have a lot of good crypto therapy happening tonight. Let's see who's in the chat. Kay, good to see you. Hex Monkey. Hubba Hubba Hex Fam. Okay. Yeah. Balliet Brand, great to see you. Finn Rizal, hey, how's it going? Hex Monkey, you get an award for beating Balliet Brand to the chat. Good job. Hex King, how's it going? Hex 19, hey Maddie, Las Vegas, baby. That's right. We're excited to go to Las Vegas, and we're going to have our bi-weekly or semi-weekly, I think that might be the same thing. We're going to have another stream with T-Money here a week from Saturday, because we do every other Saturday to get everybody ready. But the big news is you have to get your ticket today, because tomorrow they will not be sold anymore. And now is your chance to get late registration. I am, happy to take the orders, but the orders keep rolling in, and we got to have a cutoff at some point. So go ahead and go to hexmeetup.eventbrite.com, and the program is at hexakin.vegas. We've been having an overwhelming number of people sign up for this. So you definitely need a ticket. Go ahead and order yours now. You know, we're at all-time high prices. Hex wicked up to 7 cents today. Right now it's sitting at 6.2, 6.3. So a lot of people have been making a lot of money, and other people are delaying gratification, and that's a good thing too. So we'll talk about all of it tonight. But Hex 19 brought up Vegas, so I had to remind you guys to get your orders in. Crypto Rich Hair, that's right. This hair was grown from staking Hex for a long time. So let's just put it that way. How's it going, Benny? Good to see you. I heard you in the voice chat earlier. Let's see. Hex 19, it's going to be great. Nice necklace. Thanks. I appreciate it. Hex King, wish I could travel to LV. Please do London or Amsterdam or something next time. Yeah, that sounds great. I would love to visit those places. Let's see. You think I have subliminal messages in the music? Well, yeah. I mean, believe it or not, and you should believe it, there was actually some person who's a professional sound editor who took the intro and upped it up a notch. And so I really appreciate them doing that. But I think they do work for like Hollywood and Sony and like commercials and stuff. So that's why the sound is so good. And that's why it has so many subliminal messages in it. Didn't you hear the part where it said buy Hex? Yeah, no, you didn't hear it because it's subliminal. That's what subliminal means. Okay, tons of comments flying in. Oh, this is great. Ash, hola. Hex Yoda, how's it going? Kevin, good to see you there. Uncle Kevin got me into what's that platform? Clubhouse. Yeah, got me into Clubhouse. Appreciate that. Trevor, how's it going? Red Baron, good to see ya. Hex Phoenix 369. Hey, how's it going? Hey, Bitfinesse, how are you? You and I have done a couple of streams together. Drained your account down to $100. Glad you get paid weekly. The announcement of Pulse is going to be wild. Well, I agree with you. Pulse is coming sooner than we think, and it'll be here before we know it. Boom. Hit me with T-Money contact info. Okay. Well, freedomtv.info. There you go. Hey, Timothy Benjamin. Good to see you. Cutthroat and streamer of your retirement and all things Hex. Effortless.crypto. Good evening, all. Nice marketing there. Fleecer. Hello, Maddie. Hello to you, too. Looking more and more G? Me? Oh, I mean, I always wear this. Thanks, though. How's it going, Mateo? Good to see you. Elliot Brandon, of course, saying hi to everybody else in the chat. I'm happy for Hexo, but I need therapy. I don't know how I will cope after day 555. Well, I already heard that David Feeder might take up the show. He might carry the torch. I know that he would be a great replacement for Hexo. Not that we're replacing Hexo, but we got to have somebody do the daily news now, don't we? So I'm pretty sure all of us Hexagon streamers will unite. You can always go to hexstreamers.com to see who's streaming at any given moment and to see who streamed recently. That's a really good resource. Yes, Newbie OG. We're all going to need therapy. That's coming. I think day 555 is June 8th. Let's see. Yeah, because I couldn't tell if Hexo was saying he was going to do it until day 555 or if he was going to do it, stop streaming daily now. Let's see. Okay. How's it going, Dan? Good to see you. You had a good summary on one of the... It was on Wake Up Hex this morning. You wrote a really good summary of Hex, and everybody liked it. Let's see. I'm going to demand my boss let me get PTO on June 24th weekend, even though it's a brand new job. Well, I like your attitude there. This is it's really important stuff when Hexicans meet up for the first mass meetup. Good to see you there, Hefe. David, our new daily news streamer. Your job starts on June 9th. Let's see. Huddle Dog, good to see you there. Would be awesome to meet in Europe once. Definitely. Let's add it to the schedule. We'll line it up for the fall. I know that's a good time to visit Europe, right? Let's see. Benny is pointing out that we have 9 whole people over there on Twitch. I'm trying to make sure that we don't have too many people on Twitch because then they'll try to make me an affiliate and then I won't be able to stream on any other platforms, which I would never do. So appreciate you there holding down the fort, because we also want to make sure we have at least some people over there so that they can moderate all the scammers that pop up. Let's see. Greetings from Bangkok. Good to see you, Tony. Ted, what's new, Maddie? Well, the price of Hex is pretty new. Pulse Chain is pretty new. There's a lot. I'd say there's a lot that's new. Let's see. Benny's a millionaire. That's very cool. We love that. Let's see. Next conference in Monaco would be great. Monaco. Yeah. If you say so. I mean, we'll put up a poll on YouTube. Almost forgot to smash that like button. Yes, please, everybody, like and subscribe. Coco Jack, hello. Let's see. Did Hexo retire? No, he's still around. He's just wanting to spend more time with his family. Don't blame him. He's got a great family. In the last 3 weeks, we've created thousands of new millionaires. That's cool. Yeah, Hex is killing it, right? Hexo's leaving, not leaving. He's just not going to stream every single day. after he hits the 555 mark. Let's see. I think he's just, mixing it up. He said his creative juices will flow more if he doesn't feel like he has to go every day. My hair looks especially on point. Oh, I don't know. Thank you. Yeah, I'll take it. Maybe it's just the glow of the mad hex gains that are happening. Maybe that's what's causing my hair to be naturally so curly today. Let's see. Don't need the daily hexo hand holding. Grown hexicans don't. Okay, well, some are grown and some aren't, but we can appreciate Hexo's need to take care of himself, and that's a big part of what therapy should be teaching people. I think is how to do self-care, right? And so that's an important thing that everybody can practice, and Hexo's leading by example as usual. Good morning to you. I think I'll keep the daily news going for the Hexicans. The show must go on. I love to hear it. David was on Quant Gang this week, and our special episode on Sunday, we did Quant Gang meets Moon Boys, and that was a loved episode. Everybody loved it. I've been streaming lots of hours. I even did a 10-minute pop-up show yesterday, trashing Coinbase. And then I did a 30-second clip on Twitter praising them. Wow. Let's see. You'll talk to Hexo. Perfect. Watch your OPSEC. Very good. Renshi T. That looks like a new username. Welcome. Popcorn. Definitely. On point. Good evening, Hex. So Crispy and I are doing a special show on Saturday. And so you can check out something. There's a PDF that he created that will help explain people what Hex is and help them understand how they can follow the acronym FIRE. Financial independence, retire early. I'm really looking forward to this stream, not only because I enjoy talking with Crispy, but also because the resource is so outstanding. And so I FOMO'd in to producing his show there. Let's see. Hex. Okay, Dan has his description here that we've been looking for. Hex acts as a cryptographically secure bond with dynamic yield based on the behaviors of the holders. It has a dollar market value and yields the staker class Hex for confidence in the asset. So well put. Everybody screenshot that. Send the screenshot. I'll make a silly face. And, you can send that to everybody and then it'll get memed and everything. We like that. We like spreading information and silly faces. David Feeder, you have been nominated. And if you need to call in sick, let me know. This is Benny saying this. I'm getting to the point I can start doing more for the community. I love that. Isn't it interesting how Hex is already proof of stake, right? Because we are the staking class and we are incentivized to give back to the community, just like Benny is saying here and just like David is saying. See, this is a really incredible invention, as many of us know. Never seen so many millionaires in one place. I like that, David. Whenever we ran a survey, we should look at the YouTube survey here, because I don't need any advertisers, but we could still rub it in their faces how awesome and amazing and rich and cool and smart this audience is, by the way. So if you go to my YouTube page under the community tab, I guess I can share the screen here. We're going to take a look at some of the surveys we've been collecting over the months and see who we're really dealing with here in this audience. Because I think it's, like I said, the smartest people in crypto. Okay, let's zoom in a little bit here. And what's on my mind? Well, I'm live streaming, so don't ask me. Let's see. How much time? Okay, so this is the most recent poll that I put out there. Wow. See, as somebody who's done psychological research, you don't know how happy it makes me to see 237 votes coming in right away. And I love it. Let's see. How much time have you spent educating yourself about Richard Hart and Hex Crypto? QuantGang has done, well, now it's over 80 hours on YouTube, and Richard Hart has 302 hours on YouTube. Thanks. 5% of people who responded to this poll on YouTube said 0 to 10 hours. Only 7% said 10 to 40 hours. Wow. So that's 12%. That's 12% right there. And then another 12% said, well, 40 to 100 hours. Okay. I'm with it. Then 11% says 100 to 200 hours. And 64% of you have been educated over 200 hours on Richard Hart and Hex Crypto. That is so baller. I can't even imagine it. Oh, and the reason I put this up is because Michael Saylor put up a poll with the same exact numbers, except his only went up to 100, and there was barely anybody who was that educated about Bitcoin. So just saying, I'm just saying, look at us. We're so smart. Let's see. Okay, then that's a question about Vegas. Is Hex your biggest bag in crypto? 81% says yes. What percentage of... Okay, that's a trick question. MetaMask airdrop. Are you prepared? Well, the gas fees are so high, I wouldn't mess with that now. Okay, this is the one I was looking for. Let's see. So, of the 229 people who voted on this, 38% of them were dolphins, sharks, or whales. 44% squids, 14% turtles, 3% crabs, and 1% was either a shy shrimp or a prosperous Poseidon, which there's a big difference between those two. I wonder if like whoever controls the OA or something, like, you know, saw that and they were like, oh, I'm gonna click that. I'm gonna be in the 1%, you know. Because on SakerApp, it doesn't show you that anybody is a prosperous Poseidon, but that's a tongue twister. But we know from the recent OA audit that the OA controls about 95% of the supply, which is awesome. Yay, less Hex to be dumped on the market. Only believers. But to get to David's point, I think anybody who's a dabbing dolphin would be a millionaire. So, I mean, this isn't going to be all the people watching live, but if I can find my calculator here. So we have 229 votes multiplied by 38%, 0.38. We might have up to 87 millionaires watching right now. That's pretty cool. Very cool. So welcome. Welcome back. Let's see. These are promotional things. Oh, I like this one too. 94%. Okay, that's a previous result. So this poll says, if you currently own Hex, did you ever own Bitcoin? And 78% of people who own Hex ever owned Bitcoin. So not newbies. People who are OG coiners are the ones who own Hex back 2 months ago. 18% say that they owned Hex and never owned Bitcoin. Also fascinating. Who are Hex coiners only compared to the Bitcoin crowd. And then only 2% of people own Bitcoin and never bought Hex. And 2% never owned Bitcoin or Hex, a no coiner. So, haha, you're old if you only have Bitcoin and not Hex, and you don't know how to free claim. Haha. People onboarding people. That's awesome. Keep up the good work. Are your crypto holdings still worth more than when you bought them? 94% of people were up even 2 months ago when Hex was not at its all-time high. So we like that. So keep your eyes peeled for these polls, because whenever I think of a good poll question, then I'll ask it. And if not, then I won't waste your time. How about that? Let's see. Your elevator pitch now. Awesome. People, yeah, the elevator pitch by Dan was great. Please schedule the next meetup way in advance so we can plan before and after, like river cruises. Okay, I'll do my best. Let's see. Bob Saget, good to have you in the house. Please don't curse too much here. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it, Hex19. You rock. Let's see. We're strengthening the prefrontal cortex. That's right. Yeah. And, I won't miss the opportunity to remind everybody that you should be taking omega 369 as long as you're not on blood thinners. You can either work it into your diet by eating fish that's rich in omega 369. Some fish are, like salmon or tuna. I've been doing that lately, losing a little bit of weight. It's good to lose not more than 2 pounds a week. Otherwise, your body will shut it down and start holding on to calories tighter. But then you can track your caloric intake through the Fitbit app for free. Even if you don't have a Fitbit, you can scan your food or punch in whatever you ordered on the menu at Arby's or whatever other Richard Hart favorite restaurant you go to. And yeah, there you go. So, but the easiest way is to order omega 369 and take it every day because it'll strengthen your prefrontal cortex, because omega 3 is the material that your brain needs in order to create the electrical insulation around the axons in your brain that carry all the electrical activity that goes into your thinking. What kind of thinking, you ask? Well, problem solving, planning for the future, inhibiting those impulses to sell when the price goes down and to buy when we're in a special situation right now where there's fundamental reasons for the pump in Hex. So buying at all-time highs isn't as much of a sin right now as it normally is. But prefrontal cortex, it's a critical part of even giving you self-esteem and being able to mostly plan for the future. And that's what this community is all about, which is why I don't mind shilling your brain health. And we appreciate you, Bristology. I'm glad that your brain is recovering now. And I thought your stream with the captain the other day was outstanding. Thank you. It's great to have Feeder back. He took a break. We all need breaks. That is correct. Yeah, take care of yourself. Self-care is important. Give Me Pulse. That's right. Yeah, I wonder if Give Me Liberty or Give Me Hex is going to change his name to Give Me Liberty and Hex or Pulse. There's a lot of variations he could do with that. Love your 10-minute short stream. Awesome. Well, thanks for the feedback. I'll have to do more now that you said that. I appreciate it. Is it bad? I want to go to bed at 6 p.m. Well, it depends how long you've been awake and how badly you need sleep. How's that for a short answer? Screenshotted. Perfect. Love the silly face. All right. I'll keep it. I guess it's all the omega 3 you take. That's right. Yeah. Well, like I said, I've been doing the tuna thing a little bit now. But on days that I don't get my omega 3 from natural sources, then I get it from the Sam's Club member mark, available on Amazon now. I'm finally a squid. Feels good to swim with the big boys. That's great, Lehman Ortega. I'm super happy to hear of your evolution into the next league. That's outstanding. It's very hard to change leagues these days, isn't it? Don't fly all on the same plane to Vegas. Too many millionaires in one plane is not good. Well, thanks, Hodel Dog. We will we'll plan to fly separately as much as we can. Squids are set. That's right. And congrats to Limon. Benny Bills, you make squid, you good. That's right. Like and subscribe if you want. Even if you don't want, go ahead and like and subscribe. Looks like our viewer count is jumping up over 100 because people are doing super chats and commenting and the algorithms are going wild. So keep up the good work. Hit the like and subscribe button. That's how we get found around here and how we pump our own bags. Isn't that right? Marco, the Glass Hexagon. Hey, how's it going? Were you able to get out of those altcoins and into Hex in time? I hope so. I know you've been making some mad gains out there. Hold them shares as long as you can hold them. They're worth more than gold. Well, that's true. And I always like to say, gold is part of the reason why I got into crypto. Whenever the price of Bitcoin went over 2,500, the price of gold, it really catches your eye. So even people who are fundamentally into economics really end up getting into crypto, I think, and people who are free thinkers, that's pretty wild, isn't it? These days, to be thinking for yourself, kind of dangerous, kind of profitable. It's like you're a secret agent or something. It's like you're James Bond out here in these cryptos. I watch every hour of RH live streams for about 8 months before Hex launched. Wow, that's outstanding. So, have you seen all of them, BMA? All 302 hours now, plus the 2-minute video he made of him in a Louis Vuitton life preserver. That's classic. So classic. Wow, I was not about to try to figure out the hours spent watching RH and Hex streams. Yeah, well, it took me like 20 minutes or 10 minutes or some grueling amount of laser focus to add up. I just didn't know how to do it, so I just added up all the minutes, and then I added up all the hours. Hex is 90% of my crypto portfolio. Well, nice. That's a good percentage. When something goes up 1,000x in 496 days, then it's bound to end up as one of your top holdings, isn't it? Well worth every minute. I agree. Hit the like button. Any dolphin is at least worth $800,000. Wow, that's outstanding. Okay, so that's how we know. If you have 1/10,000th of the Hex supply, then you have $800,000 according to Benny. Not all dolphins are millionaires yet, but close. Well, what are you waiting for? Pump the bags. I know I bought today at 6.5 or 7 cents. I think it on Nomics it wicked up to 7 right when I hit the buy button. So I think I did my part today on making all you dolphins out there millionaires. What about at 7 cents? Is everybody there yet? Well, probably. That's only about 10% higher than we are now, so probably not. We probably need to get up to 7.5 cents to make that happen. Dolphins, squids, shells, get on it. Let's do it. Come on. We're one big sea of hexagons here. Let's see. Nardo, good to see you. Most dolphins are to at least 600th dolphin. Okay, so if you're in the top 600 dolphins, you're a millionaire. Everyone that has Hex stakes are awesome. I agree. Black Wing, I think even higher squids are getting closer to being USD millionaires. We love that. Let's see. Good vibes. Oh, I'm late. Good to see you, Stein. Cass, sorry I'm late. How many millionaires in chat? Type A1. Okay. Well, we're not doxing everybody here, but we've decided that the upper limit is probably 87. Because that's how many people responded to the poll, but that was a month or two ago. So maybe I should put another poll out there. But I don't want to dox people, so the important thing is how many millionaires are in Hex, and the numbers keep growing from Hex going up. So we love that. We love you, Maddie. Fangirl, scream and faint. I love it. Thank you for the kind words. I sang that soul glow comment about Maddie's hair. Perfect. And I'm sure you are in perfect pitch. Hey, Maddie and Hexicans, Pulse Chain _Hex. Good to see you here. Are we playing poker in Vegas, Benny? Well, Benny committed now. He said that he's going to tell his new job. It's non-negotiable that he's going to be going to Vegas. So we love that. Hex Kwando hemp seed. Well, I grew my hair out with biotin. Very good vitamin. 10,000, 5 or 10,000 micrograms a day. It'll get your hair, nails, and skin growing like never before. Kassar sounds like the IRS. I don't think she is. You motivated me with a couple of streams you did many months ago, Nardo. I have a good job now, Nardo. I love it. Awesome. Very good. What's up, you beautiful people? What is up? I eat sardines. I don't know what the omega-3 count is on that. But again, the number one hex therapy technique is for you to improve your prefrontal cortex by taking omega-3. That is the number one way to solve more financial problems, to be able to learn all the other skills that you need. It's like upgrading your brain from an iPhone 1 to an iPhone 20. Been a vegan. I get these since December 2020. I get these 5,555 steaks. I got to tend to later. Well, get it done. You know, we all need to make sure our steaks are where we want them. Okay. Oh, how did I miss this? Cause D, thank you so much. Thank you for the Canadian dollars, maybe $10 super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Oh, did I miss a bunch of comments? Wow. You guys are all coming out in force. 112 people now. Somebody in the chat should tell me what I need to talk about, because we got the open topic of therapy, of dealing with mad gains by time locking your money in a ladder just the way you want to. Create a plan, right? And then maybe leave a little bit liquid so you can sacrifice, or you can take gains along the way. We always like, not getting so caught up in the bull market that you don't take gains along the way. You want to make sure that you take care of yourself. And, for me, I'm blessed because I invested in some other coins that I don't believe in as much now at the same time or before I invested in Hex. And so I've been able to dollar cost average out of those instead of having to sell Hex. And even if I try to sell Hex, then I end up just buying it back like a day later. So it's all good. I'm not having to give up my bags, but there's nothing wrong with selling Hex. People taking gains. Got to pay taxes on it though. So I got some help from another Hexakin, and I am diving into the world of setting up a not only just a Roth IRA for crypto, but a self-directed solo Roth blank. And I'm not sure if it's going to be an IRA or a 401k, but 401ks you can put more money into. There's some really good resources. So I'll do a stream. That would be a perfect 10-minute stream topic to do. I may or may not control some domains that would be good to help people with tax purposes. I don't know why I have Benny's comment highlighted while I'm talking about this. Arby's for Richard. That's right. Yeah. Let's see. What's the best time to take 369, mornings or the evenings? I recommend that people take 1,000 milligrams per day with food for a week, and then go to 2,000 per day after that. And then for me, I take 1,600 a day because that's what 2 pills are from Sam's Club. If you get burps that are fishy, you can get the kind that say anti-burp, or you can freeze them, throw the regular ones in the freezer, and then they'll slide down your digestive system far enough before they give you any kind of burping. Let's see. This is not veterinary advice, but I did have a client once start giving a dog that they had had for many years who was misbehaving. This is a true story. The dog was misbehaving for many years. They started taking omega-3 themselves, then started giving the dog omega-3. Then the dog started behaving, and they decided to keep the dog. I think they were keeping it anyway, but the part about it behaving is especially the part of the story that you want to hear. So don't say I killed your dog, because I'm not telling you to give your dog omega-3. I'm telling you to like go back in time to when your dog was a puppy and train it better. But if you have to upgrade your dog's prefrontal cortex, I don't know, check with your doctor. Check with your dog's doctor before you go through all that. I don't know. I feel more scared to give you dog advice than I do to give you medical advice, and I'm not even giving you medical advice, right? So read the disclaimer below. This is not medical advice. Omega-3 is supposed to be in your food anyway. So literally, I'm just saying you got to all I'm saying is entertainment and educational purposes. Your brain is 25% omega-3. Are you getting enough in your diet? That's between you and your doctor, and the link on Amazon to get members of Mark. Omega-369. That's all I'm saying. I take mine. I mix it up. I take it whenever I eat, really. I do intermittent fasting too. I really like that, because then you're not hungry when you don't want to be. And so it's counterintuitive, but I usually will eat a good amount in the morning and a good amount at night and spread that out enough, because there's lots of different ways to do intermittent fasting. But good question. Yeah, do I take it more in the I would say it's 50-50 at this point. Yeah. Some people say that they like taking it in the morning. It might have very slight anti-inflammatory effects, or it might have some sort of effect other than usually people say after a week to 4 weeks, they're thinking more clearly. For me, it changed my life. This isn't a supplement or something. This isn't a dietary change that like you're not going to notice. Like you will notice that your brain is working better, which is way different than your multivitamin. When I take a multivitamin, it's not like I can tell the difference. When I started taking omega-3, and everybody else who starts taking it who doesn't get enough omega-3 in their diet, they notice the change. It changes their life. It changed my life. Okay? So take it, take it whenever is most convenient for you, I would say. He loves that Arby's. Richard, he does. It's okay to take omega-3. Is it okay to take omega-3 when you're taking high blood pressure pills? No. Check with your doctor. Especially, so that's where it's especially important, because high blood pressure pills help decrease the thickness of your blood so that it can get around and not give you an aneurysm or not give you a heart attack, right? And so omega-3 is another thing that thins your blood a little bit, because most of our blood is a little bit too thick, not a lot too thick, a little bit. And so it gets you to the perfect balance. But if you're taking high blood pressure pills and then you start taking something that will thin your blood a little bit on top of that, then your blood could become too thin, and then you faint and hit your head, or your organs don't get enough blood and they're like screaming like, I want blood, right? So that's why it's so important for clients that I work with, where I'm helping them with their mental health and substance abuse problems. And we're always starting with this, how to upgrade their brain so easily that they just take this omega-369. Some of them are on blood pressure pills, and so they check with their doctor. Half of them come back and say that their doctor says it's cool. Half of them, their doctor says, no, don't do that. So definitely check with your doctor. I've been buying tops for the last 2 months. Well, I bet you're feeling pretty good about that too, because we're still at all-time highs. I've been taking both. Okay, well, go ahead and check. Stop doing that and check, because I want you to be well. And your doctor is going to know your specific dosage in your situation. Thank you for the donation. Respect to you too. Take fish oil when you eat. That's right. Is the Coinbase rumor legit? Well, the rumor is that Coinbase is going to list Hex, and we don't know if it will. We know that it's displaying Hex, but it's been doing that for a while. Is it going to list Hex? Well, we would like that, as long as we don't have to bribe them, and as long as we don't have to give them Hex that then they can dump on our heads, because we don't roll like that. This is DeFi, not Centrify, right? But that's all they want to do. They sold out to Wall Street because they saw people were coming for their lunch. Decentralized exchanges like Uniswap, 1inch, Matcha.xyz, like it's all happening, right? And so Coinbase, they're going to try to pull every trick in the book. And one of the tricks is to not list cryptos. You know, like I'm so glad Coinbase didn't list Hex off the bat, because otherwise then we would have people who are keeping a bunch of Hex on centralized exchanges, which is not good. That's not crypto. Literally, that's not crypto. That's paper crypto. That's lies and centralization. And the same freaking problems that we had in the legacy financial system. So thank God. And I said on my 10-minute stream the other day, 99.9% of Hex is not ever been on centralized exchanges. And that's a good thing. So, but if we want to build adoption, sure. Yeah, let's put on Coinbase. That's why I made my video calling out Coinbase for their corruption. And I made a video praising them and saying that they should add it. Also, I would just like to announce, I'm not sure if it's going to happen, but all I can say is everybody should make a video, a testimonial to call out Coinbase. Go to Johnny Chaos's Twitter and see his example. I'm sure you've seen it all over Twitter. Check out what people are doing. People are saying, Coinbase, you should list Hex. They're tagging Coinbase support. Actually, just go to my Twitter. Go to allmylinks.com/allin. Check out the example that I did. I tagged him up the yin yang, and I gave my testimonial. Oh, I love you so much. I'm a longtime customer. I would totally buy Hex on a monthly recurring payment if you just list it, and I'll bring all my viewers with me. And so we're doing a campaign, and part of the campaign is to prove that there are real people behind Hex and not just bots, but it's also to tell them to list Hex. So there's two goals. I might do some kind of special video. So go ahead and make your video now. Tag Hex, tag Johnny, tag Coinbase, tag me if you want. I'll give it a thumbs up. People who have been making these videos, I haven't seen one that didn't get 50 likes and 20 retweets. So the community is loving these videos that people are putting out. Will you be covering for Hexo in his retirement? I'm really happy with the schedule that I have now, which is I stream every Tuesday night for 5 hours on average with Quant Gang. QuantGang.com to see all 15 episodes we've done so far. I do Hex Therapy on Thursdays at prime time after Hexo or after the news. And then I do pop-up shows on Saturdays. Got the next 2 Saturdays booked. And then I also try to do a guest appearance every week, at least 1 or 2. On Whales Only stream, Discourse Syndicate, Effin' Hangout on Fridays. I'm going to be going on Crypto Knights of the Roundtable tonight with Fo Motley, the investor, and Balliet Brand, DC Dollar Cost Crypto, Crypto Coffee, and on Look Into Crypto's channel tonight. They rotate which channel it's on. I am a huge fan of their show. And as you guys know, it used to air on Tuesday nights, but then we were streaming over each other. So they moved theirs to after Hex Therapy on Thursdays. And so that will start in about 45 minutes here, I think, is when Crypto Knights of the Roundtable with special guest Maddie Allen will be going. So, and then sometimes when I'm feeling super energized and I don't have as much other stuff going on, then I can do special event streams. And I like to do those kind of like I did GameStop. I streamed for like 3 or 4 days straight, doing a half an hour stream on a special topic. So look at me. I love streaming, you know? Would I fill in for Hexo? Of course I would. I like, but only being an alternate, you know, I'll take, you know, I'll fill in for David Feeder when he's not, doing it every day like Hexo will stop doing on June 8th. It works. I'm on the omega-3 now too. Oh, I love it. I love it when people tell me that they're doing something that's healthy for them. What's the Coinbase rumors? Covered it. My brain works better. Yeah, mine does too. Aaron, thank you for the $3.69 super chat. I appreciate it. Your streams keep me sane. Thank you so much. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And you know, you could tell the viewers, they just keep going higher and higher whenever people do a super chat. YouTube really likes to promote us more. So I guess even just hitting the thumbs up, hitting the subscribe button, that does the trick as well. So thank you all for doing that. Squids are going to be just fine. That's right. And back in the early days, I thought Dan was the OA. He could be, you know, we cannot confirm nor deny. How do we pick up the badges and the shirts in Vegas? You can go. So what we're going to do is you can go to the Bellagio or the Aria, and you will use your screen name and a code word that I message you. And then you can do it anonymously from the concierge desk or the front desk. They will be prepared for you there. If there's no way that you can do that, if you're not showing up, but you bought it anyway, then I'll be able to mail it to you, I think. But that'll be the easiest way. And what we're going to do is we're going to be able to save some of the funds. I want to try to fund some bus rides between the different places so that we can have more time to enjoy our events. And so you can follow him on every other Saturday. I do a stream with Tony, who's helping me to coordinate. And they've got a huge group of Hexicans who live in Vegas, like 10 or 15 people who are going to volunteer to be there every step of the way to meet you at the airport. If you put your flight number in there, and to be able to assist people and make sure that our event runs smoothly. So go ahead, everybody. Again, I can't stress enough. I need you to get a ticket now if you're going to go, so that I don't have to keep making more and more extra work to order the t-shirts and everything else. We found out today that Las Vegas is not going to require masks, maybe in June. And I was like, I had my finger over the order masks button. So we'll have to see what happens with that. I'm going to look into it further and then get feedback from the community and the other organizers, and then make an executive decision. Let's see. Vogel, good to see you there. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for tuning in. Let's see. I'm on omega-3 because I like Maddie. Well, I like you, and I like your brain being at its peak performance. All of my riches are staked long time. Y'all have fun in Vegas. Well, as you may have read in the blog post that describes the schedule, I told people not to go to Vegas. I said, you'll do much better going to the second one once you've already made more money in Hex than you dreamed of. What's your plan for Pulse Chain drop? I have a few stakes, but only a crab. Only a crab? You're a crab. That's great. Everybody starts at a different point, and the fact that you have stakes is outstanding. I think that everybody who is staked, especially if you're in the Cuatro Cinco club, the 5,555 day club, then you are going to be doing outstanding. Remember, Bitcoin went up 6 million X. Remember, Ethereum went up 1 million X. And they're still going. They haven't crashed to zero. So, in fact, even Richard Hart said that nobody has ever bought Bitcoin and held it and not been up on their investment after 3 years. So crypto, it swings up and down. It goes down 90%. We expect that in Hex for there to be massive corrections. Now, we don't know when the corrections are going to happen. So that's why some people are buying into the pump here. But, including myself, I am probably holding the record for buying the most expensive Hex ever earlier today. But that's okay, because that's what dollar cost averaging is about. And so my plan for Pulse Chain, I plan to live stream as much as possible. Hopefully we'll get a 24-hour, like I'm planning on having a 24-hour live stream, or I stream for 5 hours all the time. So at least a 5-hour live stream. But I've told people that I'll post something on my YouTube page, like a 1-minute video, if we do it on somebody else's channel, like Discourse Syndicate or Hexologist channel. Probably one of the three of us will host a long live stream to help people. We want to make sure that people don't send money to the wrong address, to the address of a scammer. So that would be the main reason to do one as soon as Pulse Chain launches. We don't know if it'll be Friday. We don't know if it'll be tomorrow or Saturday or within the next week. Okay, and then I'll read the rest of it. Not sure how to play my cards. Been studying game theory, but need advice. So yeah, knowing about game theory is great. There's people are still contributing. I wrote a blog post earlier this week on Monday and submitted it to Richard and I talked about it on stream so that people could see my 4 ideas for game theory to be operating on the Pulse Chain. It's really cool that Richard is asking for feedback. In terms of the strategy for how to invest, that'll depend on the details of how the launch is handled. I know that it's become, in my opinion, the thought experiments that Richard has been public about and the planning that he's been doing, in my opinion, has become more and more fair. Because at first he said that the cost of Pulse during the launch period might increase 4% for every $1 million added. And then we were all thinking, well, what if somebody adds $30 or $50 million in the first 2 seconds, literally, then the rest of us would be paying much higher prices. And that would be bad for a whale to slip in to be able to buy it cheaper than everybody else. And so I think Richard has changed that, and he's got a new system where the price is going to stay closer to the same, maybe not 100% the same, but it'll be in periods. So like the first week or the first 3 days or something will all be the same price. And then it'll get reweighted by volume, which sounds more complicated, but the point is that it'll be fair enough for the whales and for the little guys, is what I'm hearing. And because the final details haven't been released, you have to take this all with a grain of salt and understand that I can't tell you an answer that doesn't exist yet, but that's what I'm thinking. My plan is to invest some money into Pulse. I'm not going to invest like all of my liquid Hex, but I might do 50% or something. We'll see. I'll be live streaming, so I'm sure people will ask when it actually happens, and then I'll be able to give you a more accurate answer. What's coming first, fork or sacrifice? I believe sacrifice. Sacrifice. There we go. And I have a new catchphrase. Stake wisely, my friends, and sacrifice wisely, my friends. If you buy today's all-time high, it may be a last seen low for all times ever after. No investment advice. I studied mathematical finance. Interesting. Yeah. I mean, sometimes you get left behind. There's people who bought Bitcoin. There's people who bought Bitcoin at $30, such as Richard, and then it crashed down to what, $1 or a penny or something after that, like crazy. And then he just bought back more when it crashed. And then now look at it, right? But if you bought it at a penny and then it went up to $30 and you're like, oh, too rich, I'm not going to buy it anymore, then you miss out on a lot of years of buying opportunity. And nobody knows. Nobody knows how popular Hex will be in the future. We know that it's designed really well, right? So that's important, right? If it was designed poorly, Bitcoin, then it might still have value for many years. Or it could be like, rug pull coin. I don't see that because of the community. I think that we have proof of community and we have a lot of other things. We have the Hex contract that's immutable. I mean, there's a lot of reasons why I'm here showing my face, investing in it myself, right? I mean, building Hex therapy on top. So let's talk about that. Let's talk about something that kind of goes beyond money, because I know a lot of people, I know it can be stressful to talk, even like if your bag is up a lot. I know that it can stress you out. I know that it feels like you should be doing something when your crypto is going up 20% every day for the last 8 or 10 days. I know that feeling, right? And so you can distract yourself by doing self-care activities like exercising. I've been doing that. Eating healthy. I've been doing that. Sleeping more, not less. Stop staring at the chart. That's good. You could delete the price charts, or you could, maybe on your phone, you can limit how much you can open an app. I haven't been checking the price, so much that it's, that my eyeballs are falling out or something. So still have vision, check. What else? So, I mean, there's a number of things that you can do to improve your mental health. But also to not get caught up in the trading game, right? So another strategy that people talk about is having a really small bag on the side to trade with. Now, if you're new in Hex, you're not going to have a really small bag. You're going to put probably more of your bag into actually Hex instead of any kind of side bet. Some people are going to diversify. Some people are going to recognize how Hex is a good opportunity here still. I can only tell you what I've done, and I can't tell you financial advice. And so, but some people who have, thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars of Hex might take a couple $100 to be like gambling on this coin or that coin, if they really want to, if that's going to stop them from, going against their financial plan. It's okay to update your financial plan, right? That's fine. There's people in Bitcoin who updated their financial plan and said, it went to $60. I bought it at 30. I'm good. I'm out. I'm going to wait for the next dip, right? And then there's people in Bitcoin who just held the whole time and they said, that's my financial plan. I'm going to keep working. There's some people who had 20,000 Bitcoins and they dollar cost averaged all the way up to the all-time high. So they sold at $100, they sold at $1,000, and they sold at $1,100 and $2,000 and $5,000, right? They sold all the way up. They didn't think it could keep going higher than anything ever in history, right? And then now at $60,000 or $50,000 or whatever Bitcoin is at this moment, that Elon is either dumping it or pumping it or whatever he's doing, right? They're looking at themselves and they're either thinking, I stuck to my plan. Good job. Money isn't everything. I'm glad I took care of myself and my relationships. I'm glad I spent time not just looking at the price for the past 12 years. I'm glad I lived my life. I'm glad I turned off all the live streams, right? There aren't this many live streams in Bitcoin 12 years ago. I can tell you that much. I'm going to, I'm going to live with the decisions that I've made, and I'm going to say that's the best information I had at the time. My information was that I should, my plan was to take profits along the way in Bitcoin, and, I can live with that. I can live with where I'm at. Other people, they're going to drive themselves crazy. Even though they're multimillionaires now. They're, you could have been a billionaire if you bought $1,000 worth of Bitcoin back when it was a penny. Even if you got $200 or $300 of Bitcoin when it was a penny, and you held all this way, you wouldn't have held because you couldn't have time locked it. So that's why Hex is better. That's the literal utility. Being able to time lock your money is when it grows faster than you can even imagine, then you're not going to dump it on the market so that it will stop growing as much for everybody else, including yourself. Like, there was no best time to sell Bitcoin probably. And who knows, Bitcoin might keep going up or might go into another bear market, but keep holding for 3 more years and see what happens. Right. For me, I still have a little bit of Bitcoin that's like, hard to, it's like in cold storage, but my liquid Bitcoin, it's gone. I traded for Hex and it's way higher now. Right. So we love that. So, each person's plan is going to be different, but everybody should plan on having better mental health. And the way you improve your mental health is by learning skills such as self-care, such as cutting down on things that hurt your body and hurt your mind, right? Anger and impulsivity and addiction, right? In any form, and inactivity and depression and anxiety, right? These are all things that can really ruin your quality of life. And so that's why it's so important to get, to get entertainment therapy like this, to get professional therapy like you can do by going through your healthcare provider or by reaching out to your local regional social services, right? By calling 911 when you're suicidal, getting the help that you need, or the 1-800 suicide hotline, or going to the Wikipedia page for 911, which has it for every country in the world. Right? There's so many ways that you can learn to take care of yourself better and to keep peaking and becoming the best version of yourself possible, right? And that's what a lot of people in Hex are finding themselves doing, whether that was the plan all along or whether having money staked into, you sent money to your future self 15 years in the future. Well, guess what? Now it kind of makes more sense to take care of yourself and your health so that you can enjoy your wealth later on, right? And and that's something that other cryptos really don't emphasize and they have no clue about, right? Because they're more about just getting rich, which is fine. That is a goal in crypto, of all cryptos, including Hex. But having your health and your wealth in a better place, that's what we're doing here in Hex and in Hex Therapy. So thank you all for... Oh, wait, what was the side point? The side point was, for me, I now have gotten to a point where I have passive income with Hex for 15 years. And so now I'm retiring from individual counseling so that I can spend more time building mental health into crypto, into money. And the way that I'll be doing that is by probably building something on top of Pulse. Now that the transaction problem is fixed, I would like to make a way for people to be able to pay themselves to change their behaviors. Hex is a great example of that. People pay themselves to have a savings plan, and they lock their money so that they have to do the behavior of saving, waiting for the future savings to come up before they can unlock their funds. And so just the same way we would choose, you would mint your own mental health by staking money, and maybe it'll grow through Hex, or maybe it could actually probably be multiple coins. So you could stake a stable coin, or you could stake Hex, Pulse Hex, and then you will need to complete it'll be behavior locked. So it's only if you complete your exercise goal, or your goal for quitting smoking, or your goal for losing weight or gaining weight or eating healthier, right? All of these things can be programmed into money now, that Richard is going to solve the transaction fee problem in crypto. And so this is why, like, I'm leaving my day job to build something in crypto to help people on a larger scale than I'm able to do in a one-on-one setting or even a small group setting in clinical therapy. So I'm blessed, and I would like to thank Richard and thank the community for allowing me to get to this point where I can, say that I'm retiring from counseling, but it just means I'm going to be working more hours than ever to continue to stream as a way to build community, but then also to focus all the time I'm spending now in the clinic on developing the code that we need. And hopefully, if you're a developer, like, please reach out to me. I would love to work with you so that you can come work on this project that I've been envisioning for several years now. And if you read the Medium article that I have linked on the bottom of every Hex Therapy stream, you can also find it at 3gcrypto.com. I love my domain names, but that will bring you to the friend link, which means there won't be a paywall for you, to my Medium blog. And you'll be able to see the article that I spent the most time writing ever, which was this. I even created this image. Well, at least I put the Bitcoin inside of the smoking electricity burning light bulb, which, I really need to show this to Elon Musk, because he's the one who is really going on and on about Bitcoin burning up all the electricity in the world. And here's my article that it's not my most popular one yet, because Medium, the first article I ever wrote, like, I wanted to write a couple of cool articles before I wrote the one I cared about the most. And have more than one article to start off with. And Medium, they picked up in their biggest publication that has like 500,000 subscribers. They picked up my story, which is crazy because most people spend like lots and lots and lots and lots of time being able to get their writing to a point where they get considered for this Medium publication. And they picked up my first story. It was about how there was an AI bot, GPT-3, which is an AI, was trolling Twitter, literally, like talking about murdering people. And this actually happened, and I was like the first person to report it. And somehow I got inspired by a ghost of a good writer, and I wrote this amazing article. And you can find that at aistakes.com. You can find the friend link to that. It was published in the startup, and also got a very cool picture with it. But anyway, yeah, this is my amazing article that talks about paying yourself with crypto. And here's this is part of how I got sidetracked. So I said in the article, I said 10 years ago, I smoked $2.7 billion worth of cigarettes per year, relative to the price of Bitcoin now being up 1.5 million times. So what I'm saying is I smoked like $5 worth of cigarettes a day for a year, but that if I had been putting $5 into Bitcoin back in that same year, I used to be a smoker. I don't smoke anymore. I quit. And I can help you quit as well with a future stream here and an article that I've been writing, or with the Hex Therapy coin or whatever is going to get built on Pulse Chain. That could help you as well quit smoking. But it's a shocking number, and that's back before Bitcoin did a 6 million X, so a 1.5X. So really, this is showing you the power of how much crypto can go up when $5 a day for a year turns into 2.7 billion. And now, Bitcoin didn't go up to 65K or 69K or something at its all-time high. So really, Bitcoin went up 3 times as much as this. Would there be three? No, that'd be a 4.5. Um, 4 times as much, that would be 6 million times. So 4 times 2.7 is what? 8 or 9? 2.7 times 4. So I smoked, I'm sorry. Yeah, I stand corrected. I smoked over $10 billion worth of cigarettes in a year, right? But that's just showing you the price of Hex can go up a lot in any crypto. It can boggle the mind, which it does. So end of rant. I will, at the end of this month, then I'll be wrapping up all of my cases in the clinic, and I will be going full-time crypto, so to speak, building on the Pulse chain. So check it out. Okay, cool. Do not give investment advice. Perfect. Hex goes to question. You get a hodl dog haircut at 50 cents. I'm not committing to getting rid of this hair until I go bald, which will be at some point. Omega 369 enhances my ability to smash the like button. I love that. Wait, read my next comment. I'm not vegan, but do you know anything about the choice of 369? Okay, from Sea Animal is the ultimate, I guess, or would it be a mix of the two be best? Depends on your goals and taste and what's available in your area. I still like recommending that people have the supplement on hand. You can get in your vitamin aisle or from Amazon or from other places. I mean, yeah, it's all this. I want to say pretty much in this case, it's all the same. Some people have seen a documentary about fish having lots of poison in them because of how polluted the sea is. I am still eating tuna so that I can be healthy. But I know that the supplements don't have problems with pollution like fish might. So you're not a vegan. Okay, yeah, there's vegan types of omega-3 as well. Let's see. Would you dump ETH for more Hex? Do you hold ETH to hedge against Hex? I dollar cost out of the coin that I'm selling that doesn't have a very good community into ETH. Like that's my only choice. So I have ETH, and then ETH is useful to me because I can create airdrop wallets and I can do other stuff. But I have trouble holding on to ETH. I really do. I want to hold on to ETH. I want to believe that ETH is going to do great things. I want the price of ETH to go up, but I just don't end up holding it. I think ETH is less than 5% of my bags, maybe less than 2%. So I still have some, but I often I sold a little bit of ETH last night because I was like, well, am I going to sell Hex to pay my bills or what? So, no, probably not. But my views will change. Like, I'm not going to lock myself into anything. Like, my goal is to have perpetual passive income with Hex. And I still have to run the numbers on how much Hex interest I could sell. Because even if I restake all the principal at this point, I'm not going to get the same amount of T-shares. I want to keep my T-shares going. That's my number one thing. I can do things like I can do side hustles. I can sell stuff on the internet. I've done that before. And it's great. I can continue to provide value by streaming, and maybe people will tip like they have in the past week or two. And that will be way more than I need to pay my bills. And then I can keep buying into crypto. Like there's lots of options. I'm feeling really good about how I can continue to manage my finances with crypto. I say that, but then I still have, 3% ETH. So I haven't dumped it all. I don't know. That seems like a good amount to me. I need to pay my gas to get off Hex or to end my stakes on the ETH chain. If that's still worth anything, in the future, you guys know what I'm trying to say. ARG, the buy button. That's what you meant. That Omega 369 helps you with the buy button and the like button. Well, we love that. It's around 600K for the lowest dolphin. I see. Well, some people could still buy in and be a dolphin if they have that much money that they want to put into Hex. Just bought the dip. All right. Are we dipping? Are we tipping? What are we doing here? Okay. We love it. We love positive messages that people send us. Let's see. The last time I looked at the price was before the stream when Hexo was streaming. See, now I see 6.3 cents on my screen, but I use probably a different app, and then I like look around on different apps. I don't always open up Staker app. I know it's a sin, but I like looking in more than one place. Call me Randy Hilarski. I like seeing prices in all kinds of places. Give me Hex or give me Pulse. Okay. Well, the screen name maybe isn't taken yet. I am at 10,000 cool crabs. Wow, that's a lot of cool crabs. But remember, there's people out there, and that's the thing, is if somebody bought Bitcoin, right, and they put $300 into it, $500 into it, they're doing great right now if they bought it a penny or if they bought at $1, right? Like, it's all good, It's like the time whenever my Ethereum is still locked, but I bought one Ethereum at $12.50, and I paid a $7.50 fee. You guys are gonna get tired of hearing of that story, and if you're jealous, then just remember I forgot my password. So if I remember it, then I get the ETH, whatever it's worth at that future date. But it doesn't like, if you're a cool crab, that's cool. All I'm saying is, like, you could have life-changing wealth, because remember, Hex is designed better than Bitcoin, and Bitcoin went up 6 million X. So Hex is only up 1,000 X. Only, he said, laughingly. Top 100 squids are sitting pretty for sure. Hell yeah. Smile, you're famous. Let's see. Arnold Schwarzenegger squids. Thank you, Maddie. Keep up the good work. My pleasure. Fine, I'll buy some. Hey, this is not financial advice. I didn't tell you what to do. Count your shares. Value with longer pays better bonuses. You may be earning on $1 million. That's right. Yeah. You should buy more. There you go. I really want to dump my ETH for more Hex, but I don't know, man. Investing is tough, right? And so if you don't know what to do, some people would say don't do it, but then you can't kick yourself later because you have to admit to yourself that you really didn't know. I think I bought like a notebook that's special for like telling yourself what you really know by writing down on this like worksheet what you think is going to happen and then saying how confident you are and stuff. There's probably worksheets if you do a Google image search of like trading worksheet or trading diary or journal, then you could practice on those, and then you could have a plan that's on paper. Because in recovery, we always say plans that are made in your head are too easy to revise. So that's why you should write down your daily, hourly schedule. And that way you can keep yourself busy with healthy activities so you don't go back to whatever you're addicted to. In this case, that type of planning and writing things down could materialize maybe better for you if you try writing it down. If you write down, I really want to dump my ETH and buy more Hex, and then write down your reasons and fill out one of those worksheets. And then you write another one and you say, I'm going to hold my ETH. What do I think is going to happen? How happy am I with that? I mean, and at some point we need to like get out of our own heads and like go outside and just rest our minds and remember, like, there will always be an urge when your crypto is going up a lot. There will be an urge to like do something because you feel like you're not worthy of this price increase. And really, I mean, you are making mad gains because first of all, you're not selling and other people aren't because it's time locked, because that has been a good plan in crypto before, but also, adoption is happening. So people who are late to the party to some new invention usually pay less for it, but in crypto, in finance, you pay more for it. So if you got the first CD player ever, the first DVD player is like $100,000, or it was like $10,000, but then they got sold for cheap. Now, with hexes, with digital scarcity, it's different than technology, in a way, but take a balanced approach, or go all in, or don't go in at all. Those are the choices, I guess. If you guys want to play poker, hell yeah. Hexakim Poker Cash Game. I would I don't know. I would like to play, but not like for lots of money. Wow, you guys, like all the comments filled up. I think I might have missed some. Wow, that's crazy. When is the next show starting? Do we know when the next show is starting? Because I'm supposed to be on the next show, so I have to kind of keep track of that. Let me, I could go to Look Into Crypto's YouTube. And then, by the way, congratulations on getting to 1,000 subscribers. Look Into Crypto. And, okay, so that's starting in about 7 minutes. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to all these comments, but I'm glad you all have been interacting with each other here in the chat and answering each other's questions. Let me see. Are there any other final thoughts? So we talked about, so you got rich in crypto. Now what? Now you can work on your health. Now you can work on your relationships. You can build your skills. You can go to pdfdrive.com and download self-help workbooks. You can go to t.me/scivive, SCIVIVE, to get Richard Hart's 750-page self-help book in its raw format. You can YouTube whatever topic that you're wanting to learn more about, whether it's anger management, self-esteem, self-care, positive thinking. Let me see, what else? Healthy relationships. You can look into effective communication, dialectic behavior therapy, how to manage anxiety, how to deal with depression, all kinds of really great stuff. Depending on what problem you're wanting to work on, that will do it. Mind telling me which exchange you prefer to purchase? It just depends how much. If you're purchasing less than $700, you might find a Bitcoin ATM, and then you might not have to do a bunch of KYC. If you're wanting to buy $1,000, you might go to Coinbase, and hopefully they don't lock up your money for weeks. If you're wanting to buy $10,000, then you might go to Gemini and get verified, and then do a wire, not an ACH, to them, and then they'll let you move it the same day. Coinbase might, if you do a wire, they might let you move the money the same day. There's, it just depends how much money. I bought into crypto over a lot of years, so I used Coinbase and did $100 buys all the time. My blood pressure is going down when I watch my streams. Thank you. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad that it helps. Cool. What else? What else do we have here? I mean, we have 90, 100 people watching now, so might as well finish out this show for another 4 minutes here. Wait, I don't know. Maybe I'll take a break for 2 minutes. 2 more minutes of streaming, and then 2-minute break, outro, to give everybody a chance. Am I starting the crypto round? No, I'm not starting. We're going to do it on Look Into Crypto's channel. So I am going to pop over there here it's supposed to start in 3 minutes. So I will start a super long outro in another minute or so here. What else can I say? Now what? You got crypto rich. Oh, I know. Improve your security. Don't share your seed words with anybody. Split up your seed words carefully into 3 different geographic locations. What else? Make a plan and stick to it. Write it down. Tell your trusted loved ones what your public address is for your accounts so that they can emergency end stake. Train your loved ones on how to recover your seeds. Leave good instructions for when you die. Or donate to the Sense Foundation and live forever. Follow Richard Hart. Follow Hexologist. Follow Discourse Syndicate. Go into my YouTube channel and look into about, 50 other streamers that I recommend there. Go to hexstreamers.com and see who's streaming at any given moment. What else? Or you could just go to allmylinks.com/allin and find all my links and all the tools that I use and all the cool stuff that you can see, like 9,500 other people did whenever they went there. And then it said, your page has been viewed by 9,500 people. Do I have let me see. Go ahead and get your tickets for Hexagon.Vegas. Take care of yourself. Sacrifice and stake wisely, my friends, and enjoy the super chill outro. See you next time, and many days in between.
Thank you.